Mondial, good to see you this evening. Come to think of it, ladies and gentlemen, no celebrations in India are complete without a spot of kalesh or bickering, as they call in English. So whatever the occasion, our principal politicians and political parties will dig out reasons to bicker their way into the headlines. And so, today, as India celebrated 150 years of Vande Mataram, we got a full-fledged war of words between the BJP and the Congress, quite literally. Leading the charge today was the Prime Minister of India, who took direct aim at the Congress party and yes, Pandit Nehru as well, and accused them of having a quote-unquote partition mindset. He said the Vande Mataram was a victim of that mindset when Pandit Nehru decided to adopt Vande Mataram as the national song, minus any references to the mother goddess, which he called the soul of the hymn. This, he says, was done to appease Jinnah and gang, who saw the song as an ode to a Hindu deity rather than to the motherland. And so, of the 6 stanzas of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee's poem, only the first 2 stanzas were adopted as India's national song. This divisive mindset, the Prime Minister says, sowed the seeds of partition and remains a problem today as well. And then what did the Prime Minister do? He went right ahead and recited these 4 dropped stanzas during the mass recitation that happened today. The political war started soon after, but first we listen into the Prime Minister and then we'll tell you what the opposition is saying.
बंकिम बाबू के पूरे मूल गीत की पंक्तियां हैं, तम ही दुर्गा 10 प्रहरण धारिणी, कमला कमल दल विहारिणी, वाणी विद्यादायिनी, नमामि त्वं नमामि कमलाम, अमलाम अतुलाम, सुजलाम सुबलाम, मातरम वंदे मातरम। अर्थात भारत माता विद्यादायिनी सरस्वती भी है, समृद्धिदायिनी लक्ष्मी भी है और अस्त्र शस्त्रों को धारण करने वाली दुर्गा भी है। हमें ऐसे ही राष्ट्र का निर्माण करना है। आजादी की लड़ाई में वंदे मातरम की भावना ने पूरे राष्ट्र को प्रकाशित किया था, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से 1937 में वंदे मातरम के महत्वपूर्ण पदों को, उसकी आत्मा के एक हिस्से को अलग कर दिया गया था, वंदे मातरम को तोड़ दिया गया था, उसके टुकड़े किए गए थे।
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Congress has hit back with equal ferocity. Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, has pointed to the deep irony. He says, and I'm quoting him now, "It is deeply ironic that those who claim to be the self-proclaimed guardians of nationalism, which is the RSS and the BJP, have never sung Vande Mataram or Jana Gana Mana in their shakhas or events." He goes on to say, for 100 years, the RSS has avoided the Jana Gana Mana and they sing an anthem that glorifies their organization instead of the nation. Of course, here Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge forgot that the RSS anthem also mentions the word Matrabhumi, which is salutation to the motherland. But that's, as they say, selective reading, both sides to it. The Congress is saying that the BJP is using the anniversary of Vande Mataram for political polarization. But here's the fact, ladies and gentlemen. Since 1937, Vande Mataram has been an enduring controversy because Muslims say it is un-Islamic for them to sing the national song. They say, this is their argument, that Islam allows them to bow only before one entity, and that is Allah. They cannot even bow to their mother. The counter to that always has been that the hymn that was adopted is a salutation to the motherland, and therefore no one should have a problem with it. But like in 1937, in 2025 too, there are political voices that are saying singing of Vande Mataram cannot be made compulsory. There has been a row in Jammu and Kashmir only yesterday, where Muslim groups have called the compulsory singing of Vande Mataram unjust and un-Islamic. In Maharashtra, where all schools were required to ensure the full song to be sung for a week, well, that has run into controversy as well. And in Karnataka, there's been a controversy as well, because a BJP MP has claimed that Vande Mataram should be India's national anthem, because, well, according to him, Jana Gana Mana was written to welcome the British. I don't know where he got his history lesson from. Let's just, for the moment, sample some of the reactions that we are getting from the opposition.
I request, with due respect, consult someone who has knowledge. Without knowledge, Prime Minister Saab, you should not come down to this level to blame Congress party. Who decided which part will be the national song? We decided. You were nowhere. You were standing with British government. You were opposing us. You were the part of conspiracy with British government. It was we, our forefathers, were fighting for the freedom of this country.
जबरन किसी को कोई चीज पढ़ाई नहीं जा सकती। जो एक अल्लाह को मानता है, जो अपनी माँ का भी सजदा नहीं करता, वो जमीन का सजदा, सूरज का सजदा नहीं कर सकता। ये इस्लाम में कहा गया है, और इस्लाम में सबसे बड़ा गुनाह अल्लाह का शरीक बनाना है। हम उसका अपोज थोड़ी करते हैं। हम तो हमेशा खड़े रहते हैं असेंबली के अंदर, पार्लियामेंट के अंदर, हम उसका सम्मान करते हैं। लेकिन मैं पढ़ नहीं सकता, इसलिए कि मैं अल्लाह की इबादत करता हूँ।
Now, ladies and gentlemen, back to Nehru, who I'm fairly certain is not resting in peace tonight. The BJP, to sharpen the Prime Minister's attack, has shared letters written by Pandit Nehru in September and October of 1937, and these letters were written to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. In these letters, the Prime Minister or the ex-Prime Minister is suggesting that the background of Vande Mataram is likely to irritate the Muslims. But of course, what is left unsaid by the BJP is what Prime Minister Nehru goes on to say in his next letter, again to Bose. He says people who are communalistically inclined have been affected by it. Whatever we do cannot be to pander to these communalistic feelings. But be that as it may, fact is that only two quote-unquote harmless stanzas of the hymn were adopted, and 150 years down the line, there is still a fight over it. If the BJP and the RSS feel so aggrieved, many people are asking, why have they not restored the full hymn as India's national song? Well, today, the BJP has reacted on expected lines, but its ally, the JDU, is seeming to be slightly uncomfortable with the controversy.
कांग्रेस की जो वर्किंग कमेटी ने जिस तरह से वंदे मातरम के टुकड़े टुकड़े किए उस वक्त, वो एक बहुत ही सांप्रदायिक संक्रमण से पीड़ित उस वक्त कांग्रेस की सोच रही है। और आज भी जो लोग जो है वंदे मातरम से जो है वो कह रहे हैं कि साहब हमारा ईमान जो है वो खतरे में पड़ जाएगा अगर हम वंदे मातरम गाएंगे, तो उससे बड़ा कोई बेईमान नहीं है। ये केवल राष्ट्रगीत ही नहीं बल्कि राष्ट्रीय गौरव है।
This is a dirty game. Vande Mataram is a national anthem. Jan Gan Man is also a national anthem, and one should not reject object on these sensitive issues. And religion does not come while singing the song, though Muslim they may be free to sing or not to sing the song.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right now it is instrumental to know what the Supreme Court of India has actually said about the Jana Gana Mana. I beg your pardon, about Vande Mataram. There was a petition in court, and ruling in that petition, the Supreme Court said that the Constitution of India doesn't recognize a national song, in our case Vande Mataram, which is why it cannot be given the same status as Jana Gana Mana, which is our national anthem. Actually, this petition had also asked for Vande Mataram singing to be made compulsory in parliament, in legislatures, in courts as well. The court rejected that and said its singing cannot be made compulsory because the Constitution doesn't even recognize a national song. My guest this evening, Radhika Khera, national spokesperson of the BJP. Hi, Radhika. Good evening. Mr. Awasthi, good evening. You're back with us. You're a political analyst. You're affiliated with the RSS. Today, the Congress party has had some things to say about the RSS as well, so we'll come to you on that. Garima ji.
Not only today.
Yes, I know there's a running feud since 1937, but utna jayenge to pareshani ho jayega. Garima ji, spokesperson of the Congress party, good evening and thank you very much. And Professor Atikur Rahman, political analyst, joining us as well on the broadcast. Thank you very much. Radhika ji, first question to you. Why are we talking about 1937 and 2025? What is done. Khatam. Why rake it up today? Do we not have enough muddas that we have to dig into ancient history?
Our present
for
and our
muddas?
future depends. Our present and our future always depends on our past, our history. And let me begin by reminding the Congress President Shri Kharge Sahab of something very, very basic. India is celebrating 150 years of Vande Mataram, the national song that gave this country courage, resistance, and freedom. And when Kharge ji says that the BJP and RSS don't talk about it, really, today the Prime Minister of India, that is of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who belongs to the Bharatiya Janata Party, a Prime Minister of 140 crore Indians, Shri Narendra Modi ji, he himself led the entire commemoration in Delhi. The Home Minister did the same in Bihar. Every headquarter of Bharatiya Janata Party in states held a collective singing with hundreds of participants, as well as our national headquarters here. Across the country, people stood up to honor Bankim Chandra ji's creation. But where was the Congress? Where was RJD and where was Samajwadi Party? Forget organizing a program in the newly constructed Indira Bhavan or the 24 Akbar Road, which has ample of place. Not even a 10-word greeting. Forget a 280-word tweet. Not a message, not a tribute, not a single acknowledgement. I would request you to ask the Congress spokesperson to show us a tweet of Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, the leader of opposition, of Priyanka Vadra ji. She has an issue when she wants to talk about Palestine. She will carry a bag to parliament, but when 150 years of Vande Mataram is being celebrated, not a tweet is there. So I want to ask Kharge Sahab on national television via you today. Do you dislike the national song so much that even acknowledging it on 150th anniversary makes it very uncomfortable for you?
But Radhika ji, the counter
your
to
new
that,
form of appeasement politics.
The counter to that, Radhika will of course give you. But the counter to that, Mr. Kharge has put in his letter. इसे हम तो रोज वंदे मातरम गाते हैं अपने इंदिरा भवन में.
कहाँ गाते हैं?
रोज गाते हैं, हर
22 साल
गाते हैं.
मैं 22 साल थी, कोई वंदे मातरम नहीं गाते, बल्कि जब जनगण मन गा रहे होते आते टाइम नेपाल का गीत बज जाता है और असम में तो बांग्लादेश का बज जाता है. अभी हाल ही की बात है, राहुल गांधी के सामने ही नेपाल का बजा था.
चलिए,
तो ये तो ना बताए 22 साल में आई एम टेलिंग यू आउट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. As a national media coordinator, not one sabha was started with the Vande Mataram or ended with the Jana Gana Man.
Garima ji, go ahead, please respond to what your former colleague is saying.
I don't find it even worth responding. You know, she has been in Congress for 22 years and she's speaking so lowly about the party and Vande Mataram that it is not. So I really don't find it more deserving to have a comment from me. See, Shreya ji, when you just cannot deliver in 2025, you dig up 1937. That is the modus operandi. I very clearly and very proudly, I want to begin with it, that every Indian, every congressman bows before the Vande Mataram. We have always sung it, and it's not a poetry for us. It's the heartbeat of our national freedom. I challenge Radhika Kheda. I am not having an earpod in my ears, and I will close my eyes. But Radhika Kheda, can you please sing 2 lines of Vande Mataram? Can you sing Vande Mataram for me?
I don't have to come here.
Will you join me? Will you join me? I will sing it gladly.
I challenge.
आज सारे स्पोर्ट्सपर्सन वंदे मातरम रट के आए हैं.
She had never been a true congressman. Neither is she a true blood fight. See how she started happening because I didn't speak.
You know. अच्छा राधिका बैठ जाओ भाई, बैठ जाओ भाई. आप लोग खड़े होके गाइए क्योंकि मुझे तो नहीं आते. बियॉन्ड द फर्स्ट स्टैंजा मुझे नहीं आता. लेडीज
जहाँ से बोलेंगी मैं गा के सुनाऊंगी.
नहीं, लेडीज
गाइए गरिमा जी, जहाँ मैंने छोड़ा वहां से शुरू कर दीजिए. चलिए.
नहीं तो किसने सिखाया? ये वंदे मातरम जो आप गा रही है, ये 22 साल में कांग्रेस ने तो सिखाया ना. यही तो बात है. अगर नहीं गा रही है आप, तो इसका मतलब आप
आगे का
कांग्रेस में नहीं मिली और नहीं बन पाई है. और अगर गा लेती है तो ये कांग्रेस की स्कूलिंग है. क्योंकि गरिमा का स्वामी, गरिमा का स्वामी कैन
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay. Radhika, I think you were trying to make a point and you've made that point. Garima ji, एक मिनट. You don't need to feel so defensive, Garima ji. नहीं, एक मिनट, लेडीज, shall we come back to the subject?
Look at the body
ये
language.
तो
Radhika is trying to make a point.
के बाद क्या आता है?
हे
चलिए
भगवान।
बताइए, सप्ताह कोठी कंठा
Ladies।
क्या आता है बताइए?
Ladies,
सप्ताह कोठी कंठा के बाद कौन सा वर्ड आता है? चलिए बताइए, चलिए।
ये आपको तो नमस्ते सदा वत्सले
अरे,
सीखना पड़ रहा
मेरे
होगा
को
ना
तो
आजकल।
आता है।
नहीं, उसके
मेरे को
बाद
तो
मातृभूमि भी आता है उसमें।
RSS में यहाँ बैठे
अच्छा, ठीक है।
politics-
Okay. Let's pause here. Radhika, you were trying to make a point. You have made a point. We will pause here and not go forward because the fact is that you are pushing the Congress spokesperson to a corner. And the fact remains, Radhika, that if you asked me, even I will not be able to sing the Vande Mataram beyond the first two stanzas. That is the truth. And that is because the singing of Vande Mataram is not compulsory in schools, etc. So it's not just Radhika, it's not just the Congress spokesperson. I think 75 to 80%, 90% people, if you ask them to sing Vande Mataram, will not be able to sing it. That's a fact, है ना? अब दिल पे हाथ रख के हमें मानना पड़ेगा that is the fact. The sad fact, but that is the fact. Anyway, let's get back, and I'm not saying this to defend the Congress spokesperson at all. Bhaiya, ladies, let me get in the gentlemen as well. आप दोनों रुक जाइए जरा. Let me get in the gentlemen as well. They are also speaking. अच्छा राधिका, ठीक है. Now, okay.
The schooling of the Congress. That means we were playing it, we were singing it in every event of ours. And if she cannot do it,
No, Mr. Awasthi. Mr. Awasthi is someone who has been part of the RSS.
And as you can see,
एक मिनट राधिका. Mr. Awasthi is someone who was part of the RSS. Look, historical facts cannot be denied. As someone who was part of the RSS, the fact is that Jana Gana Mana was not sung and is still not sung in RSS shakas. Because I think the point of view of the RSS was Gana hai to pura gao, all the 6 stanzas, otherwise don't sing at all. Am I wrong? There is Mallikarjun Kharge wrong when he says कि आपने तो गाया ही नहीं Jana Gana Mana Vande Mataram. तो आप आज किस बात की हम लोगों को दुहाई दे रहे हैं?
झंडा भी नहीं फहराया.
हाँ, for 52 years झंडा भी नहीं फहराया. That is also true. एक मिनट now, भाई, ladies, let Mr. Awasthi respond.
श्रेया जी,
आप बोलिए अवस्थी जी. अब मैं क्या करूं, मैं परेशान हो गई हूँ. हाँ, बोलिए.
श्रेया जी, आप संघ से संबंधित और संघ के कार्यक्रम में या संघ से संबंधित जितने भी संगठन है उनके किसी भी कार्यक्रम में बिना किसी नोटिस दिए आप जाएं, कार्यक्रम के शुरुआत में या कार्यक्रम के अंत में एक बार राष्ट्रगान और एक बार राष्ट्रगीत, बिना किसी नोटिस के जाएं. अगर कहीं भी बिना जनगणमन और वंदे मातरम के वो कार्यक्रम पूरा होता हो तो मैं चुनौती देता हूं आपको कि मैं सबके सामने खड़े होकर के दोनों हाथ जोड़ करके माफी मांगूंगा, बिना किसी हाथ जोड़कर.
ठीक है.
और संघ के कुछ कार्यक्रमों में शुरू में ऐसा हुआ कि सिर्फ एक स्टंजा, लेकिन उसके बाद ये हुआ कि नहीं हम पूरा गाएंगे, तो पूरा गाया जाता है. इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं. सबको याद नहीं है, ये भी सच है. इसमें भी कोई दो राय नहीं है कि सबको याद ही होना चाहिए. वहां गाया जाता है, प्ले किया जाता है और उसके साथ सब लोग खड़े होकर के उसी मुद्रा में, उसी सावधानी से, उसी श्रद्धा से, जिस श्रद्धा से राष्ट्रगान गाया जाता है उसी श्रद्धा से वंदे मातरम भी गाया जाता है. इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं. लेकिन महत्वपूर्ण बात क्या है श्रेया जी, आप कह रही 1937 में जिन्ना ने ऑब्जेक्शन किया तो हु सरेंडर और जिन्ना 37 से सरेंडर की परंपरा चली आ रही है. मैं 1947 के बात तो कर ही नहीं रहा हूं. एक ने व्यक्ति ने कहा कि हम नहीं गाएंगे. कांग्रेस के अधिवेशन में गाया जाता था. तमाम जो स्वतंत्रता सेनानी थे वो फांसी पर चढ़ते हुए वंदे मातरम का गान करते हुए, वंदे मातरम गाते हुए चढ़ते थे फांसी पर. लेकिन एक व्यक्ति ने कहा कि नहीं, कांग्रेस के अधिवेशन में, मजे की बात है कि कांग्रेसी थे जिन्ना, जो अलग अलग संगठनों से जोड़ते हैं जिसको, वो जिन्ना भी कांग्रेसी ही थे. तो किसने सरेंडर किया जिन्ना के सामने? सबसे पहले कांग्रेस में अधिवेशन में वंदे मातरम का सिर्फ एक स्टंजा गाना शुरू किया गया. दूसरी बात, तीसरी बात, एक बात है कि आज आप कह रही हैं कि आज क्या बात है, हर चीज की कोई ना कोई एनिवर्सरी से संबंध होता है. आज 150वीं अगर उसके लिखे जाने की शताब्दी है, 150वां वर्ष है, तो उस वंदे मातरम को पुनः स्मरण करके तमाम पूरे देश भर में उस स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों की उस भावना को फिर से जागृत करने का एक प्रयास होता है कि हमारे स्वतंत्रता सेनानी जो थे, जो जेलों में सड़े या जिन्होंने काला पानी किया, काला पानी भुगता, या जो फांसी पर चढ़े, वो वंदे मातरम गाते हुए फांसी पर चढ़े थे। तो आज इसके गाने का ये महत्व है और निश्चित रूप से है। और नई पीढ़ी का मेरा मतलब सिर्फ नई पीढ़ी आज की 10 साल, 12 साल, 15 साल या 25 साल वाली नहीं है।
अवस्थी जी, उसका तो महत्व है, लेकिन इस बात का क्या महत्व है कि आप नेहरू जी के बारे में दो बातें बोले और बोले इनका तो शुरू से ही डिविजिव माइंडसेट था, इन्होंने दुर्गा माँ को लेके जितने स्टैंडर्ड से 4 स्टैंडर्ड से उनको ड्रॉप कर दिया फॉर मुस्लिम अपीजमेंट। वाज टुडे द डे टू ब्रिंग दैट अप? ये तो कलेशी बात हुई। आई मीन द कांग्रेस इज सेइंग दिस इज पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ पोलराइजेशन। दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू डू।
नॉट पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ पोलराइजेशन, दिस इज अ पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ, जहां पर आपने कहा अगर कांग्रेस उस समय ये निर्णय लेती कि नहीं, कांग्रेस ने ये किया है, और जिन्ना आपके दिमाग में जो विभाजन के हैं, जो 2 नेशन थ्योरी चल रही है कि पाकिस्तान मुस्लिम अलग हैं, अगर उस समय अगर कांग्रेस स्टैंड करती तो क्या होता? कांग्रेस के साथ ज्यादातर मुसलमान कांग्रेस के साथ होते हैं।
Seen as a sign of broad-mindedness and inclusiveness that if Muslims have a problem with salutations to Ma Durga, let's cut that part out so that if it's a national song, everyone will be able to sing it.
श्रेया जी सुन तो लीजिए ना, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि आप एक बात बताइए कि आज तमाम मुसलमान कहते हैं कि हम बाई चॉइस यहाँ पर, अगर
एक मिनट करें, मैं I'll come to you, बहुत टाइम है मेरे पास डिबेट पे, आप चिंता मत करिए, I'll come to you।
बाई चॉइस है, अगर बाई चॉइस है, और मैं मानता हूँ कि तमाम लोग बाई चॉइस हैं, तो बाई चॉइस होने के बाद जिन्ना की उस मानसिकता को अनुसरण क्यों करते हैं जिसने कहा था कि हम नहीं गाएंगे वंदे मातरम?
गरिमा जी, प्लीज गो अहेड। द फैक्ट इज दैट व्हेन you know when we talk of polarization and we talk about a divisive mindset, it's not just what happened in 1937. It is also about what happened yesterday, right? Look at what Revanth Reddy, your chief minister, is saying. Muslims are equal to Congress. Congress is equal to Muslims. Now, you are the ones who give the BJP a handle to beat you with, na?
No, Shreya ji. If somebody is feeling affiliated with Congress and loyal to Congress, I think this is a bonus point. I think if the people of India from every faith and community, if they are feeling alienated, and let me tell you what Mr. Avasthi just said, that they surrendered in front of Jinnah. The same way like Modi ji surrendered in Pahalgam in front of Trump ji. Is that not called surrendering? So I'll come to the point here, Shreya, what you said just now. It was actually not a divisive politics. It was an inclusive nationalism. I really regard and salute the sensibilities and sensitivities of my leaders back then, because they knew the multi-faith and multi-communal nature of our nation. They didn't want to hurt anybody's sentiment, and they wanted each and every person from every walk of life, from every religion, caste or creed to get, a sense of belongingness to the national song. And do you think a national song or a national anthem can be 5 minutes lengthy, 6 minutes long? It has to be crisp. It has to be short so that it can be played in every function. Look at national anthem. How many seconds? 52 seconds. Look at national song. Our national song was not only played. And let me get the facts right, Miss Radhika Khera. In 1896, in the Calcutta Adhiveshan of Congress, the president was Rahmatullah Sayani, who played the Vande Mataram and sung it publicly for the first time.
Radhika, don't get personal.
Gurudev,
let's debate, don't get personal.
Rabindranath Tagore in 1896, the Calcutta Adhiveshan of Congress, the president was...
Okay, Radhika, you were clapping your hands.
It was publicly sung by Rabindranath Tagore ji. Avasthi ji did not answer why the national flag was hoisted after 52 years of independence. Why Vande Mataram?
नहीं, अरे भाई उस पे बड़ी डिबेट हो चुकी है. No, I don't have time for that. Please don't bring in the national flag today. We understand it was hoisted for the first time in 2002 after 52 years. But Radhika ji, you were clapping your hands quickly, and then I need to get Professor Rahman, who's been waiting patiently. वो सोच रहे मेरा नंबर कब आएगा?
What I have been saying. That the hatred for the national song is so much that the spokesperson on your national television is saying that should be cut. इतना लंबा कैसे हो सकता है? क्योंकि राहुल बाबा अपने खाली समय से 5 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं ले सकते, तो उनके प्रवक्ता कहेंगे इससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता.
That is not what she said.
Person of the National Congress Party
That is not what she
has
said.
to read from her notes to know who her national president was. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the real face of the Congress.
Okay, but that is
top facts.
she's the argument she's making is something that the Congress has been saying, that the 6 stanzas of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's hymn were way too long, and one of the reasons to cut it down was to cut down on the time. Any case, ठीक है, I know there can be disagreements on that. मतलब वो बहाना भी हो सकता है, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. But let Mr. Rahman, ladies and gentlemen, let Mr. Rahman come in. It's already 7:22, he needs to speak as well. Mr. Rahman, so here's my question. If today the Prime Minister has accused the Congress party of what? Of having a divisive mindset. That what happened in 1937, the fact that the national song was truncated, sowed the seeds of partition in this country. Okay, you may call it rhetoric, but the fact is that the national song was cut short from 6 stanzas to 2 stanzas. It was done so that Muslims in this country will not have a problem singing it, because references to Ma Durga were removed, Ma Saraswati were removed. All right, but why do Muslims in India still have a problem with it? Why are Muslims in Jammu and Kashmir saying this is un-Islamic, this imposition is unjust? Why are Muslims in Maharashtra having a problem with it?
With all my humble research into Islamic studies, I do not find anything objectionable into Vande Mataram. And the best rendition of it has been given by A.R. Rahman. Also, the fact is, when Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was the president of the Congress party, and for me, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was the foremost Islamic scholar in the Indian subcontinent. When he was not having any problem, who are we today, the Muslims of today in India, to object to it? There is nothing objectionable. My faith towards my Allah is within me and myself and my Allah. And if I, for the sake of having some patriotic this thing for my country, Allah does not forbid me this particular aspect. Also, equally, a point here is clear that this song, as you clarified, it is not the national anthem. Can this be a yardstick to gauge the patriotism of a person? It cannot be a yardstick. And this is the Supreme Court ruling.
Okay, so are you then telling me, essentially, what is your argument? Your argument is that Muslims in this country, especially political parties like the Samajwadi Party or some within the Congress as well, who are saying that we cannot sing the national song simply because it is a salutation to the mother and the motherland. We cannot sing it because it's un-Islamic. You're saying they are the ones playing polarizing politics, not the BJP today, or not the Prime Minister today.
They have been misguided, Shreya, by the hardline Muslims. Equally, the hardline Hindutva is playing politics just to bring it a song to prove our patriotism. It's a hardline between at both the ends.
So, therefore, Mr. Awasthi, I think, I appreciate the views that Atikur Rahman is bringing to the table. But the Supreme Court of India is clear. He's saying that as a Muslim, he finds nothing in the national song, Vande Mataram, that a Muslim should have objection to. But the fact also is that the Supreme Court of India has said nothing in the Constitution allows us to have a national song. Therefore, we cannot put it on the same standing or the same pedestal as the national anthem, and we cannot make it singing mandatory. Now, if this is what the Supreme Court of India has ruled, can the government actually force Muslim citizens in this country, in schools, in colleges, to sing the Vande Mataram? क्योंकि वो जो डिविजिव माइंडसेट है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर इसी डिविजिव माइंडसेट की बात कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, श्रेया जी, आपने बहुत अच्छा कहा कि आपने सुप्रीम कोर्ट का नाम लिया, लेकिन उसी सरकार ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को बदल दिया था शाहबानो के केस में. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का सम्मान नहीं किया था.
राधिका बदलिए.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का सम्मान नहीं किया था. उस कांग्रेस सरकार ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट के उस आदेश का, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने वही आदेश दिया था ना. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को बदल दिया. तो अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट की दुहाई मत दें कोई भी यहाँ.
नहीं, 2017 में मोदी जी की सरकार ने जाके सुप्रीम कोर्ट में बोला था that we want parity for both. The Supreme Court has said no. My point is, Radhika Khera, हाँ बोलिए. बोलिए
मैं सिर्फ इतनी सी बात कह रहा हूं कि पहली बात तो सुप्रीम संविधान में कहीं नहीं लिखा कि भारत माता की जय बोलना है। किसी अनुच्छेद में लिखा हो तो मुझे बता दीजिए। लेकिन अगर कोई कहे कि मेरे गले पे छुरा भी रख दोगे तो भी मैं भारत माता की जय नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन जय फिलिस्तीन बोलूंगा। भारत माता की जय बोलना तो इस्लाम के खिलाफ है, लेकिन जय फिलिस्तीन बोलना इस्लाम के खिलाफ नहीं है। हाउ कैन इट बी पॉसिबल?
Atikur Rahman is saying ना that for most Muslims there is no problem in the वंदे मातरम, वो तो बोल रहे हैं।
एग्जैक्टली मैं यही कह रहा हूं कि देश के मुसलमानों को वंदे मातरम गाने में न कभी दिक्कत थी न कभी दिक्कत है। लेकिन जिन्ना की मानसिकता जिसके आगे झुकी कांग्रेस सरकार, ये उस मानसिकता का परिणाम है जिसके कारण आज ये प्रॉब्लम हुई है।
चलो, why can the BJP not do what the Congress did? Radhika Khera, today the Prime Minister has said that the divisive mindset from 1937 has continued, and he says there is a problem when we have cut down references to Ma Durga in Vande Mataram. But the fact is, he's the Prime Minister of this country, and you may not have the brute majority you had in 2014, but you still have a majority. आप अभी भी तो ordinance ला सकते हैं, making Vande Mataram compulsory singing in schools and colleges, saying that all 6 stanzas will be sung, not just 2, if there is such a problem that you have with it.
Shreya, first of all, the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, is doing everything that the Congress did not. And the Congress is not doing. Like I said, the Congress spokesperson had a battery of thoughts and abuses for me, but she could not show us Priyanka Gandhi's and Rahul Gandhi's tweets congratulating the nation on 150 years of the Vande Mataram. When they say that we gave our lives, mere khandaan ka khan khoon is desh ke liye chala gaya, तो भैया वंदे मातरम के लिए सबको देश को शुभकामनाएं देने के लिए 150 साल की क्या दिक्कत थी? आप गा देते सब खड़े होके। इतना बढ़िया शानदार दफ्तर बनाया है इंदिरा भवन, जहां से राहुल गांधी आके कहते हैं माय फाइट इज विद द इंडियन स्टेट, माय वॉर इज अगेंस्ट द इंडियन स्टेट, वहां से गा देते वंदे मातरम की 2 लाइन। सो आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस, दैट द फैक्ट दैट यू सेड टुडे योरसेल्फ दैट you yourself don't know more than 4 lines, which I proudly know. So that is what needs to change in the country.
That doesn't make me lesser of a patriot than you do. That doesn't make me lesser of a patriot than you do. But anyway, देखो सवाल कुछ था राधिका, ये बदमाशी नहीं चलेगी। सवाल मैंने कुछ पूछा, जवाब आप घुमा फिरा के कुछ और दे रहे हो।
नहीं, घुमा के नहीं, सीधा पॉइंट पे आती हूँ।
बोलो ना।
1937 में
तो why, if 1937 was a historic sin, why is it not being rectified now by Prime Minister Modi?
Trust me, we are not the ones. जब मन किया तो रघुपति राघव राजा राम को बदल दिया। हमारा जो भजन था उसको बदलने का काम किसने किया? महात्मा गांधी जी ने किया। और ओरिजिनल भजन में चैलेंज करती हूँ कांग्रेस का कोई गा के दिखा दे, किसी को पता भी नहीं होगा कि महात्मा गांधी जी ने उसको बदल दिया। लेकिन आज मैं आपको बात बोल रही हूँ, द फैक्ट जो आपने कहा कि आपको नहीं आता, यही तो बदलना है। हमारे बच्चों को पता होना चाहिए कि बंकिम जी कौन है। सिर्फ जवाहरलाल नेहरू, इंदिरा गांधी, राजीव गांधी, राहुल गांधी,
स्टेट से बात करके तो कुछ नहीं होगा। आप लाइए ऑर्डिनेंस।
आज हमने
If you say 1937 is a historic sin, get in an ordinance and say the national song will be compulsorily sung in schools and colleges and parliament. बोलिए।
We are a party who will do everything for the nation. We are not the party who will bring an ordinance and cancelling the Supreme Court order कि ट्रिपल तलाक को हटा दिया जाए जब कोर्ट ऑर्डर देगा। ऐसी सरकार नहीं चलाते हम। We will get, हमारा जो सभ्यता है, संस्कार है, बच्चों तक कण-कण तक पहुंचने चाहिए।
चलो
देश में और
रेटरिक से नहीं होगा ना काम। We will have to go beyond rhetoric. Mr. Awasthi, okay. Guys, it is 7:30. My producer is getting upset with me that the show is over. But Mr. Awasthi, 10 seconds. अरे रुक जाइए गरिमा जी, आपके पास भी आऊंगी, आप चिंता नहीं करिए।
देशभक्ति की भावना जो है वो संविधान बनने से पहले भी थी इस देश में। आप ये कह रही हैं कानून बना करके कर दें, मैं उसके बिल्कुल सख्त खिलाफ हूं। जिस व्यक्ति के मन में इस देश के प्रति प्रेम है वो स्वतः स्फूर्त होकर के इस गान को गाएगा।
नहीं अवस्थी जी, मेरे मन में तो बहुत प्रेम है अपने देश के लिए। आप आज बोले मैं अपना खून बहा दूं, but can you judge my patriotism because I can't sing beyond the first 2 verses of Vande Mataram? No, you cannot.
No, बिल्कुल नहीं। अगर आप नहीं गाती है वंदे मातरम, इसका मतलब ये थोड़ा कि आप देशभक्त नहीं है। लेकिन जब आप विरोध करती हैं कि देशभक्ति, मैं वंदे मातरम जो गा रहा है वो गलत है, उसका मैं विरोध करता हूं।
ओके, गरिमा जी, लास्ट वर्ड टू यू, टेक 20 seconds please and we'll wrap this up. Please go ahead, गरिमा जी.
देखिए श्रेया, there is so much of distress in the country, the rising unemployment, the economic slowdown, the distressed farmers. तो उन सब से क्योंकि ध्यान हटाना है, because those issues are pressing too much. तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी का हमेशा एस्केपिस्ट मोडस ऑपरेंडी रहा है कि जब भी वो चौतरफा घिरते हैं इश्यूज से, वो एक नया बखेड़ा शुरू कर देते हैं। वो है 1937 में पहुंच गए अब, क्योंकि अभी डिलीवर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। गुड गवर्नेंस नाम की भी कोई चीज होती है, और उनके ये बातें समझ में नहीं आएगा कि कांग्रेस ने ये क्यों किया। व्हाई डिड वी डू इट? दिस वाज नॉट अ डिवाइसिव पॉलिसी, दिस वाज एक्चुअली इंक्लूसिवनेस। और मैं बार बार आपको बता रही हूं, हर मुद्दा हिंदू मुसलमान का नहीं होता। यहाँ माइनॉरिटीज में क्रिश्चियंस भी हैं, यहाँ जैनीज भी हैं, यहाँ बुद्धिस्ट भी हैं, यहाँ सिख्स भी हैं। लेट अस take them all in our fold. A national song is not to create suspicion amongst Indians.
Okay.
It is supposed to use to unite hearts. A national song and national anthem का काम ही यही होता है कि वो देश को एक रखे, एक दिखाए कम से कम।
ठीक है। So किसी का inclusiveness is divisiveness for someone else. That is what political ideologies are all about, which is why one is a principal party and the other is the opposition party. You're expected to have different ideologies. What is important is that we hear all points of view. I hope we've heard all points of view this evening. Debate थोड़ी लंबी ही चल गई। राधिका जी, time over, अब कल आइएगा। Thank you very much. Thank you अवस्थी जी for joining us. गरिमा जी, शुक्रिया. Thank you very much. And Atikur Rahman, thank you very much for joining us this evening. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm slipping into a break. There's more on the other side.